They think that this is where I was born, in this city that I'm going to sing about. And I was from Queens. I always tell people when I go out of New York, sometimes when you're in New York, you're out of New York because there's not a lot of New Yorkers left here that were born here. I don't know how many tonight, but you know. I had to do an interview today for the Boston Globe. It's like a daily paper, and they said they do this thing once a week, your 5 favorite anythings. So they decided I had to pick my 5 favorite, songwriters, New York songwriters. So I was thinking about it, and I was making my little notes before the phone call came. We were in the van. In the middle of the interview, we were coming back from PA. We were in the Holland Tunnel, and I lost the woman, so I got to regroup and get ready for this piece. And you start thinking, okay, maybe I'll put like Patti Smith. Well, she's from Jersey. Jack Nicholson, did he write? No, he's from Jersey. And I started thinking New York, so I had to make this 5 list, and I put some of my favorites, I had Billy Joel in there. I did. There's 10 songs that I believe in. I had Paul Simon, Johnny Thunders, the Ramones, and I had a guy called Willie Nile.
Yeah!
Still has the NY, just as Long Island does.
Yeah!
And then I was thinking, I want to trick them. I'll give them, what do I like? I like the Strokes. I put Julian Casablancas in there. I said, Otis Blackwell, who's from Brooklyn, wrote for Elvis. And I went on Lieber Stoller. I think they're from New York. I hope I don't fool myself with the Bean crowd next week. But and then Carole King, she got it going, for me. But we played this Neil Young song here last week called Pocahontas, and if you want to find the original, listen to Carole King, Bad Boy. It's unreleased B-side. So this next song is a funny thing because this record has a lot to do with trains. When I was a kid, I lived in Queens and I got beat up a lot for being into things that weren't fashionable. They didn't have Just Say No, or, if you're into punk rock, it wasn't like your mom had a mohawk and she went to the mall and said, oh yeah, it's great, let's go to the circus. They figured if you're into punk, you killed your girlfriend, you're homosexual, or a heroin addict, or all 3. So I got beaten up by guys that liked Led Zeppelin, and I was used to that because when I liked Kiss as a kid, I used to, wrap myself in tinfoil and pretend to be, I spit ketchup at the talent show, and all the people that like the Grateful Dead would say, Kiss sucks! These hippies would beat us up, so I was kind of used to that by the time I got into punk. And I had this big thing where my first leather jacket was a vinyl one because of Fonzie. My father, he didn't come around much, but he took me to Corvettes. I don't know if everybody remembers Corvettes. I got a vinyl, he's like, I'm not getting leather, you look like a thug. A vinyl? What do I look like, a fruit? So I couldn't really deal so much with that. And over time I started to come into the city, and when I came down to the first stop on the train, I was trying to go see this Ramones movie, Rock and Roll High School. And I walked the wrong way trying to find 8th Street off the N train, and I ended up on this weird street. And there was like all these people dressed up, and there was records in the windows and clothes and these cardboard standees of the Ramones, and it was St. Mark's Place, and I was like, I've landed. My tribe, and nobody beat me up, and I bought some records, and I went back to Queens, and it was a weird thing back then. A lot of people, like in this next song, never went past their town. I had friends that lived in Williamsburg, and it wasn't hip. And like, if you looked at somebody and come over and come back with a bag of stuff, where you coming from? The village? And there was another one, went back in Queens. Where were you? You're in the city? Where do you go to the city? Like, it was this, thing, this trek, 20 minutes away. You went to the city? He must be gay. He's in the village, He's fucking in the village, downtown, banging around with weird people, fucking degenerates. So, when you find your place and you're accepted, now you just get accepted online. You lie about your age, your face, you get on Facebook and say, wanna fuck, So, this song is taking on a new meaning because I guess Brooklyn is the coolest place to be if you're a musician. I meet people all the time, and if they're from Des Moines or from Minneapolis and they're a musician, say, I'm from Brooklyn. Minneapolis, you wear glasses, you're from Brooklyn. So this song was written about the same girl that Wendy was written about, and she used to work in a nightclub down in the Meatpacking District, and it was a cool, like, kind of, Lou Reed kind of, Warhol kind of club. And then she moved back to Brooklyn. I kept thinking she gave up her dreams to be this singer, to do all these things, and that was like giving up, going back to where it came from. But now if you go back there, you get a lot of cred. You wear glasses, you come from Minneapolis, you're from Brooklyn. This is called Brooklyn.
Yeah!
the last count on the line. I guess you're back to home in time. The ghost of Christmas past left Walt Whitman in the trash. Then you started out with nothing but lonely days. You used to like the sad songs that doom and gloom. You started out with nothing but throwaways. You couldn't live with me, so you moved to Brooklyn. Some have cars, some have kids. Hit the path mark after work. Some never been past the bridge. And you started out with nothing but lonely days. You used to like the sad songs of doom and gloom. You started out with nothing but throwaways. You couldn't live with me, so you moved to Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Sometimes lie awake until sunrise. Wondering how we become what we despise. No more couches to surf, only beaches in your dreams. No more trannies near work, it's still a dry walking in Queens. It's all blood money in the bank. Somehow some people find the nerve, like the soldiers they think down in D.C. If I